dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking, I'm going to show you how to make a really simple and delicious shredded chicken sandwich with homemade barbecue sauce and some coleslaw on top. It comes together in a cinch, and it's got all the food groups except for dairy, unless you count mayonnaise, and I think I'm going to just go ahead and count mayonnaise and say that it has all 4 food groups. Problem solved. Start out by caramelizing some onions for the barbecue sauce, and I don't know why I just talked like the Swedish chef just then. All right, so I'm gonna start this out on high just to get it going a little bit and add a pinch of salt, and that's gonna help release some of the liquid from the onions. And then we're gonna turn it down to like low, medium low, and just leave it alone for about 20 minutes. Check it at the 10-minute point, and then they'll be nice and caramelized. After about 20-25 minutes, your onions are going to look like this. If you want to shortcut this, you could just buy a bottle of sauce. But if you want to actually cook your sauce, you don't have to let them go this long. 10 minutes is actually fine, but this adds a little bit of a deeper flavor. And then we're going to add some tomato sauce, some cider vinegar, and this is apple cider vinegar. I like the fruitiness, but you can use red wine vinegar, any kind of vinegar really. Some brown sugar, and then our spices, which is just black pepper and crushed red pepper and salt. And then I like to add a little bit of ginger and allspice because it just kind of gives it a little interesting flavor, a little bit different than other barbecue sauces. So there's my secret ingredient, cat's out of the bag. I'm just gonna increase the heat a little bit to get this kind of simmering, and we're just gonna let it simmer here for 10 to 15 minutes. And in that time, we can go ahead and like poach the chicken if you don't have some leftover chicken that you're gonna use, and cut up some cabbage for the coleslaw. All right, so I've got some chicken here that I already cooked and shredded. This was actually just a whole chicken that I boiled and then pulled off the bone. But I showed you how to poach boneless, skinless chicken breast in the chicken enchilada video if you want to do that maybe a little bit quicker. But you could also buy a rotisserie chicken or use any kind of leftover chicken. And then some just super thinly sliced cabbage. And to that, just going to add a little bit of salt and some mayonnaise, and just add a touch more vinegar of whatever kind that you used in your sauce, and that kind of, helps tie the flavors together a little bit. Awesome. Let's set that aside. And I'm using, for the bread, I'm using these little bolillo rolls. I think those little round dinner rolls would actually be really cute too, but these are really easy to find where I live. So any kind of like little French bread type of roll would be good. Just cut it in half this way and pull a little bit of the inside out, and that'll make a little bit more room for our awesome chicken and coleslaw filling. And I'm actually gonna just put these cut side up under the broiler for 30 seconds or a minute to get them a little bit toasted and warmed up before we assemble our sandwiches, which is coming up right away. All right, our sauce has been simmering a while. It's nice and thick, you can see here. So we can add the chicken in. I'm also gonna add a little bit of peanut butter. It's kind of a fun little unusual thing that goes with the coleslaw, and we're gonna put some pickled jalapenos on later too. And then just add in the chicken. And I'm just gonna let it cook another just 2 to 5 minutes, just until the chicken is hot all the way through, and then we'll make our sandwiches. All right, for our assembly, just gonna make a sandwich, guys. Nothing tricky about it. Let's put a little bit of the chicken down first, a little bit of our coleslaw, and I'm gonna add some minced onion and a few pickled jalapeno slices. Don't fall over. Okay, just kind of squish it a little bit. I'm gonna cut this in half. Barbecue chicken sandwich. Okay, take a bite and just prove to you how delicious this is. Oh man, those flavors go together so well. The peanut butter and the cabbage and the jalapenos. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's really good, really good. So wow, there you go. There's a really easy weeknight supper or lazy weekend dinner or whatever. Hope you try those. Leave any comments or questions that you have below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can over on the vlog at Hilah Talking. And also don't forget, if you want printable recipes or more details or anything, HilahCooking.com is where you can get all of that nifty information. All right, there you go. Hope you try it. Yum, I like it.